I know, no more 7 Up. A different kind of 7 Up. 7 Up. Let's try that again. Day number 6. 6? I can't hold this and do a 6. I'll just have to fake the finger thing. Seven Up, anyone? Oh, not this kind of 7 Up. 7 uploads in 7 days. And today, I know, stop talking, roll day number 6. So what does it take to make a video? Well, even small YouTube creators take a lot of time to put together a video. Let me just give you some ideas of what I do. First of all, I start with an idea. And unfortunately, a lot of the ideas I wanted to do this summer just haven't panned out because of a pan something else, right? So I've spent a lot of time in the backyard just trying to do some simple things. But the first thing you do is you have to come up with an idea. And the idea I'm going to use is the one that I did in the backyard, videotaping the birdhouse. And we'll do What's Up with Richard number 50, which was Wrens in a Strange New World. So we'll start with that one. First thing you have to do after you get an idea is come up with a title. And then go to YouTube and do a little bit of search. See if somebody else has come up with that same idea or title. See what they've done. And then see if you can't change it a little bit. Look at their thumbnails. Do you have a thumbnail that you think could make a little better or a little different? Those are the kinds of things you have to look at. And then a description. Come up with a description. What are you gonna show in your video? Try and do a little bit of that before you do the filming. And then you need to come up with some kind of a thumbnail. I've been using Canva for my thumbnails, and if you notice, all my thumbnails are generally the same. They're going to have the same font and all the lettering. They're also going to have my little logo WUWR down in the left-hand corner. I try to, color-wise, there'll be a variety of colors, sometimes pictures, sometimes just illustrations that I get off of Canva. The other thing you have to start thinking about are tags and hashtags. Tags are just words that pop up on screen after someone's watched a certain video, and if they touch that, then it'll take you to other similar videos, and the same with the hashtags. All right, it gives you some idea of what you have to do, and that does take time. It takes a lot of time. And the next thing you do then is, well, let's take a look at my studio, because the next thing you do is something like this. A little tour of my so-called studio. Yeah, that's the couch where I sit. And if you notice, I turn the pillows around. There are decorations on those just to try to keep it simple. My lighting, I have a little, focus there, desk lamp. And those are food covers that I put over it to give me a little bit of a reddish cast on the wall. And to get that green cast on this side, I use my little decorative Sparty helmet. There are better ways to do it. Do I want to spend the money? That's the key. Eventually, I have some ideas. All right, and this is what I see. By the way, there's my other light that I use, and of course I have the window, and I can adjust the lighting by just opening and closing the blinds a little bit. And then right here I have my clipboard, which you normally can't see in the video, with any notes that I've scribbled down. And there's the tripod right there. That's where I'll put my J7 and do my videotaping. That's pretty much all there is to my studio. And I'm shooting this footage with the gimbal, which is much better than me just holding it. Not much of a studio, I know, but it works. It works enough for me, for the time being anyway. To do a video like Wren's in a Strange New World, I had to figure out a way to videotape the birds without being too intrusive to Mom, because sometimes moms don't like it and they can attack you. So I came up with this method with the help from Mrs. G. And this is the setup that I'm using. Yeah, I sit right here in the lawn chair, and on top of the ladder I have a board bungee corded down, and then I bungee corded the tripod onto the board, and you can see the birdhouse there. Then my camera on the phone only enlarges about 4 times, so I can get a pretty good view in there of the little chicks. The mother of invention. Thanks to Mrs. G, who found the bungee cords. They finally came in handy. So after taking about 25 to 30 short clips, the next step is to head to the solarium, where I have to download those clips into my laptop. And that's the next step. So let's head into the solarium and I'll show you that. I'm here in the solarium, and this is where I usually do most of my editing. The next step then is to take the video clips off of the phone and put them into the laptop. And I usually use just this regular standard cord. Plugs into the laptop, this plugs into the phone. The computer will ask me what I want to do with the J7, and I'm going to say import photos. I would click on enter, and all the pictures from the phone will go into the computer. Then what I do is pick and choose the ones that I want to keep in the laptop, and those will be the ones that I use in the video. Now, I really would like to do that in here, but it's so bright that I think I'm going to move this into the other room, and you'll be able to see the screen just a little bit better in there. I've decided to come into the studio instead of the living room because I thought it would be a little bit easier for you to see the screen. So hopefully this will work out. Now, when we were in the solarium, we made sure that we imported all of the videos and pictures into the laptop. So the next thing I need to do then is come down here. Let's open up the pictures and see if we can't find them. And there they are right there. So let's minimize that and open up PowerDirector. This is Cyberlink PowerDirector 17 Ultra. I think I paid around $90 for it. And we're now open. So we're going to go to File. Let's do a new workspace. And now what we need to do is to import right there. Oops. Need to import some media files and pictures. And each of these folders contains all the pictures and videos that I have on the laptop. I did this in very late July, so we're going to open up the July folder. And let's scroll down. There they are, right there. All right, let's start with the way that I actually made the videos. So I'm going to put a check mark there, and then I will check. Let's just do 3. And we're going to open. And that will add those to PowerDirector. Next step, we're going to take and drag this clip right down there to the first line. Now, if I notice right here, I have some yellow, so that means that on the video line, or I'm sorry, on the audio line, and so I'm going to move that down just a touch until those yellow spots disappeared, which is right around 4.4, 2.4, 4.4. I can adjust depending on each of the different clips. So let's play it and see what we have. A lot of background noise there. I can get rid of that later. A lot of it anyway.
And to take these videos today, I use this setup.
Alright, let's just stop there. And I'm going to go back and delete some of that beginning. I always leave a few seconds at the beginning and the end just in case I need to make a transition or something, because those take up extra space. So I'm going to cut. I'm going to right click on that, and that means I can remove and fill the gap. So we're back at the beginning again, and we can.
And to take these videos today, I use this setup. Sitting in my lawn chair here.
Alright, that looks pretty good. Now, let's go up and see if we can't get a few of these clips down here. So we just go up and click on it and drag it down to the first line. Let's get the second one. And a third one. Now, if I click on this video right here, it pops up on this screen. And so I can tell if this is one that I want to put in there or not. And once again, the audio is probably too loud, so we'll go down to -4.4 on each one. It's mostly background noise right there. All right, if I want to get rid of some of the background noise, all I do is click on this, double click, and the audio screen pops up, and oops, I got to go to tools, sorry about that. There it is, audio editor, and this screen pops up. Noise reduction. I've been doing about 80%, gets rid of a lot of that background noise. And okay, let me do that again because I'm not sure. Oh, yep, I did apply it because you see that little symbol right there. And we just have the regular wind noise here and some traffic noise. Yeah, that flashing on the screen just happened to be the leaves going in and out of the sunlight. But that was one of the cuter little clips right there where the little run is just about ready to leave. And like I said in the video, 2 days later, they did leave. And one of them, as if you watch the second video, caused us a little chaos. Alright, that's good. Now let's do this. Let's get rid of this total sound here. We'll get rid of all that. And let's put in some music instead. So to do that, I go up here to my file, and I want to import some media files. Only this time I have some downloads. I downloaded music from YouTube, Audio Library, and I have Seventh Floor Tango, and that's by Silent Partner. So I'll open that up. And of course you see that it pops up here so I can actually listen to it before I drag it down and do all the work. So let's drag it down to the music line right there. And let's just play it. Now the music's a little loud if you see that yellow line down there, so we're going to just drop that down to about 15.9 is what I usually do. So let's see what we have so far here.
Yeah, that's the mother of invention. Thanks to Mrs. G, who came up with these small bungee cords. She got stuff all over our house.
Alright, now if you saw that, it just switched right from me talking to the birdhouse. Sometimes you want to do that a little smoother, you can use a transition. And in this case, I'm going to use the cross. I have a bunch, fade, a wipe up, I have some geometric ones. But in this case, I'll just use a simple cross. I just grab it and slide it down between the two clips. And let's see what the difference is here. Keep an eye out here.
That's the mother of invention. Thanks to Mrs. G, who came up with these small bungee cords. She got stuff all over our house.
And there we go. And of course you notice that the music went wham right into it. You can fix that also. Just click on this line here. And I'm just going to put a little, I think they call it a keyframe there. And I'm going to put that down to 0 just by clicking on it red and moving it down. And now the music should fade in slowly and then get progressively louder. Let's see if that works.
Thanks to Mrs. G, who came up with these small bungee cords. She got stuff all over our house.
And it slowly increases in volume. Now in the actual video that I did on Monday, I didn't bother putting music in. I just left it el natural. Alright, now every once in a while I like to put in some titles here. I always put in my little logo, and that goes on the second line down. And this is where I double click. And then this screen pops up here. This is the title designer. And I'm going to go with bold print. I'm going to go italics just for something different. And 28. The color I use for my little logo is always yellow. That's pretty sad coming from a Spartan fan, but it stands out. So, and then let's do this. Scroll up to, it's Kristen or Christine. That's the font that I use. And then I can eliminate that. And I'm going to type in W, oh, not that. Hard to do at an angle. I don't type that well myself. So it's WUWR. WUWR. And then what I can do is when I have the little crosshairs, I move it down to the lower left-hand corner, and that's where I always like it. In all my videos, you'll see that pop up in the same place. Click OK. Now, once again, watch what happens here. I'll just start it from here. And the logo is going to,
sitting in my lawn chair here,
bam, just pop up real fast. I don't really like that. So what I'm going to do is go back to my transitions here, and I'm going to fade it in. And to fade it, all I have to do is grab the fade and stick it right there. Now it should fade in and fade out. And I really don't want it on there all that long, so I'm just going to shorten it up a tad. Now there is another, and trim only, there is another screen where you can get really technical with it, but I choose not to worry about it. Let's go back to the movie, to the beginning, and let's play it, see what we got.
And to take these videos today, I used this setup. Sitting in my lawn chair here, On top of my ladder, I have a board that's bungee corded down. Then I have my little tripod. There you can see the bird. And then what I do is...
I said the bird, I should have said the wren.
Move in as close as I can.
Yeah, my phone increases by about 4x. So I really had to get the camera close.
Yeah, that's the mother of invention. Thanks to Mrs. G, who came up with these small bungee cords. She got stuff all over our house.
And there we go. Now, doing a video like this, a short one might take an hour. With music, it might take an hour and a half, especially if I'm talking. There is audio ducking here, but I don't like the way it works. So what I'll do is I'll do it myself, and that does take time. Now, when I get down to the end, I can take this tango here and trim it. And then what I'm going to do is, once again, put a little keyframe in there, right there, and I'm going to go down to 0. So the music is going to, well, let's do this. The music is going to increase slightly. Just move that little red dot up, and then it's going to cascade down to nothing. And then I'm going to fade out the end of the video. Actually, I can pull this a little wider. You might be able to see it better. All right, this is the end of the video then. Let's see how it works. Whoops. Let's go back here and see how the end of the video works. And it all fades out. Thanks for watching. What's up with Richard?